off to today?
Lake Tinaroo, and we're also meeting some friends.
Yep. Heading to Atherton Tablelands or just Atherton?
I don't know.
I think it's just Atherton, in the Atherton Tablelands. But it should be good. Catching up with some friends for a cuppa and then having a look around Lake Tinaroo. And unfortunately, we're going to be late because, well, it sounds like the starter motor does need a clean out now. We spent about 15 minutes trying to rock the car in the starter motor, trying everything. So finally got it off the starter motor, off the what do you call it, rocking it, and got it to start. But I think tonight we're gonna have to pull the starter off, give it a clean up, which is a bit of a pain.
Not a good start to the day.
No.
Quite literally.
No, not at all. But it is what it is. We'll get out of here, get on the road. Ringer's Rest, what's your thoughts so far?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's pretty good. $10 a night for 2 of us. Little toilet. That's about it, isn't it?
We've just been using his mum and dad's shower.
Yep.
So.
Using our parents' showers, and we've got some nice wildlife here, some horses, some cows.
You seen a possum last night?
Yep, a couple of possums last night, and little rock wallabies, Mariba rock wallabies.
They're tiny, they're like this big. What is a rabbit?
They're only here, Mariba rock wallabies are here. It's a specific one. But anyway, let's hit the road and head to Atherton. So first up, and it didn't look like it filled up the whole tank, but it is what it is, we'll make do with that. $200, 118 litres. Let's get it paid for it, hit the road. So a nice little, I guess, brekkie coffee date with Brenton and Lou here in Atherton.
And Lottie.
And Lottie, yep. Good to catch up with them. They're sort of one of our Weeper families. But how's this little pond that we sort of pulled up and met them at? Platypus Pond, is it? Platypus Park.
Platypus Park. But we haven't seen a platypus, but there are lots of turtles.
Yep. No platypus yet. Loads of turtles and a couple of little lizards. I don't know if you can see on the rock down there, somewhere near the tree there, the twig. There's a little lizard sort of sunbaking. And there's a couple of other lizards getting around. Loads of chickens too, little roosters. There's a duck over there. But little chickens running around. It's very weird. But a good little park, I'll give it that. Beautiful little, I guess, barbecue area. There's a cafe up there. And a sink, running water, lights, the whole lot. So a really good little spot. Just don't really know where these chickens come from. It's a bit weird. But anyway, we're off. We're heading to
Lake Tinaroo.
Lake Tinaroo.
Yungaburra.
Yungaburra. For a bit of a relaxing sort of afternoon before diving into fixing the car. Try and have a barbecue on the sort of shore there. But I guess that's going to do us here for Atherton. We'll move on. But this is a bloody good little spot. Tiny, isn't it? There's another tiny one over there. See that chicken over there? So if anyone's got any idea where these chickens are coming from, they all look like roosters, so I don't know if they've been dumped or not. So it's very weird. They're only just around here. There's a chicken under the tree there, very fluffy one. So we don't really know what we're doing here in Yungaburra. Soch wants to look at some new Birkenstocks.
Only because I fell in them yesterday.
She doesn't want to change to Crocs, so I Trying to twist her rubber arm to Crocs. But anyway, we're gonna just sort of cruise around Yungaburra here. We want to check out Lake Eacham, Eacham, one of them, and then Lake Tinaroo at the top there. So I don't know. We're gonna have a quick little wander around here. Got the car, left it running, just managed to lock it, so hopefully the starter motor will behave. But let's have a look around. Which ones do you want? Them ones?
About my size.
What's the verdict?
My feet are too small.
Yeah. She's got kid-sized feet, and they didn't have the right size, but at least she knows what she wants now. And it's heading towards Crocs, isn't it?
No. No.
Still no chance of Crocs. A freshwater crocodile lives here.
He'll be more scared of everyone.
Yeah. But let's find a nice little spot for the barbie area. Back up there. Have a barbie. So excuse the parking. Pretty average, but we've parked on a little bit of a hill so that we can, well, if the car doesn't start, we can roll it a little bit and move the starter motor. But it's a beautiful little park, this one. Lake Eacham, or something like that. Toilets, tables, barbecues, sort of a lot. So we're gonna have a little barbie, and then I guess nice little swim, and move on out. But you excited, Soch, for a swim?
Yeah.
Looks pretty nice, doesn't it?
It does. I bet it's freezing.
Just a beautiful spot. It's pretty much this whole park to ourselves, with lake views. Really great spot. I'm excited to jump in that water, but there's one problem. Forgot the oil and forgot the tongs. It's a bit of a bugger. I might use with a little knife here. But free Barbies, so another bonus. And I just can't get over the view there. Beautiful park. And the locals. Look at the colour of it. It's well nice. It's an absolute stunning colour, this water. Crystal clear. Just beautiful spot. And there's loads of little fish swimming around. A couple of little turtles getting about. But I just can't get over how clear this water is.
No, two hands together.
Hot.
Oh, isn't it? Makes it at least getting thick. Yeah, that's fine.
Good, Soch?
Yeah.
Got the right idea.
Just dive in.
Good. It's a bit nippy.
Not that bad. And there's a freshwater croc in here.
Yep, freshwater croc somewhere. Watch your toes.
What are you doing?
Filming you.
Did you find a turtle?
No turtles. Couple of little fish, but no turtles.
You are useless. No.
What's your thoughts? Lake Eacham. What is it? Eacham. It's a beautiful little spot. Bit nippy the water, but once you're in, it's beautiful. Righto, that's going to do us, though.
Yeah, Lake Tinaroo.
Pack her up. Head over to Lake Tinaroo before I get burnt because I'm very, very white.
I am too. I can't be
Ooh, happy days. First time, so we might not have to do the starter motor. See how we go. I better keep Soj happy, but it's hit and miss now, so it does need doing. So we've pulled up here at Lake Tinaroo, and it's a big old lake, I'll give it that. Huge lake. The sun's just gone behind those clouds, so it doesn't really give it justice here. But this is the Afghanistan Avenue of Honour, which is a big park dedicated to the troops from Afghanistan, which is really cool. So we'll go for a walk along here and just show you this because it's really interesting and definitely worth a stop. They've put some decent work into this. Really, really good place. And I believe these are all the soldiers that died in Afghanistan. Which there are some very young soldiers. Really young soldiers there, 21 years old. There's a couple of 21. It's really sad. Oh, that's really cool. This is dedicated to the explosive detection dogs and the special operations military working dogs. One is missing in action. Lucky. So I guess we should have started right at the other end, but there's no parking up there for some reason. But it starts at one, all the way up the other end there. I guess we'll go up there and sort of walk back. But it's really cool. I've got a little guide there on all the different trees and different numbers. But let's get at the other end there and walk back. So this is why they have it in Yungaburra. Private Benjamin Chuck, a Tablelands lad, was killed in Afghanistan in a helicopter crash on Monday the 21st of June 2010. during the final offensive battle. A significant battle for which the Australian Army was awarded its first battle honour since the Vietnam War. So that's really cool. And the two soldiers standing guard here at the start of the avenue, this one here on the left, is in the shape of Benjamin Chuck, which is really fitting. So also they use flame trees. They're a native species, hardy, suited to their area, and flower from November through early January and in full bloom around Remembrance Day, creating a spectacular showing of beautiful flame red flowers and representing the cycle of life, which is really cool. And rosemary is featured all along here as a national symbol of remembrance. So there's the flame trees, and they run pretty much the whole way down. It's really cool. Some of them aren't flowering. We're in November now, aren't we? Yep. So that's why some aren't flowering. They're sort of dying off, I'm guessing. Kick back up in January. So we're noticing a lot of nests in trees as well. Almost every tree's got a nest, which is pretty cool. It sort of comes back to that cycle of life thing as well. So I really don't know what else to say here, but this is an absolutely beautiful park dedicated to the diggers. The avenue, walking down there, past this monument, down to the end there overlooking Lake Tinaroo, absolutely beautiful. 44, I believe, 44 lost diggers and 10 lost dogs down there. But this park dedicated to these guys. Really fitting. Absolutely incredible. Just the avenue goes straight down to the view over Lake Tinaroo there. So that's going to do us here in Lake Tinaroo. Short and sweet visit. We only really sort of came here to see the Avenue of Honour, the Afghanistan Avenue of Honour, which is bloody incredible. But we're moving on now, heading out of here. So we're back safe and sound, and it's starter motor time, which is going to be fun. But we're using our little caravan ramp, so it should be a lot easier to just rip the wheel off and get in there. So if you look in there on our starter motor, we seem to have a bit of a leak, which is a bit of a pain. It's coming out of these two injectors. So we're still going to pull off the starter motor, fix it up, but we're going to book it in, well, we've booked it in Wednesday for a service and a check over of them. Hopefully they can fix them up, but see how we go. So we got it off and it's a bit filthy, which is to be expected, but I guess we'll pull it apart now and give it a good sand up and whack it back together. So essentially these are the two contacts we got to clean up. This one here and that one on the other side there, which we can just undo, give them a bit of a sandpaper up and chuck them back in. So that looks a lot better if it'll focus, but should fix it up. If it doesn't, well, we've only wasted half an hour, so we'll see how we go. So here's the verdict. That's a bit better. That's loads better. All cleaned up and pretty much instantly started, so I'm happy with that. We'll see how long that lasts. It is a bit worn, a bit covered in crap, but it should be good for another, well, fair while now. But happy days, we're all good. No more problems with the starter.